went through the videos on the website, and I think I'm learning them. I'm fine with them. It just needs time to like just to do it over and over and get the kind of like, hang of it. But actually I can see that I am spending more time solving the problem than like that 8 minutes and 45 seconds. I can't even meet that, like not even close.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that's a question right there to discuss because you don't have to do games in 8:45. You never have to do a single game in 8:45. What you've got to do is 4 games in 35 minutes if you want 100% accuracy on that section. But some games are easier, some are harder. So I wouldn't even put that as a goal. I'd instead look to see, am I approaching this game as efficiently as I possibly can? And that's something that comes with time.
Exactly. I think my biggest problem is in the beginning, before even like starting to study, I created a big monster out of LSAT. So I graduated 2018 and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like get this couple of courses, books and this and that, and started studying for it. I did the Princeton review, didn't work for me because it was a very like small amount of time. Then I got a job, and then I got the LSAT Max, which their program is okay, but it wasn't really fitting my needs. So I am more like a visual learner. And with the COVID, I couldn't go to the face-to-face classes. So, and then like after a while, I found LSAT Unplugged kind of like close to what I want. I think I can learn now, like I can actually, reach my goals with this program. I can go through the videos, I'm learning it, but still I have that huge, like a big fear in the back of my mind that if I'm going to be able to do this.
I get what you mean. No, that's a real issue a lot of students face, and it underlies everything. So I'm glad you brought it to that place if that's what's going on for you. Well, let me ask you this. What's your target test date? Do you have one in mind?
I want to shoot for August 14th.
Okay. So we're speaking now, early March. That's about 5 months away.
Yes.
What other obligations do you have between now and then?
So I work 40 hours a week, and I'm a single mom. I have a kid. She's in high school. She's not really dependent on me, but she does her things. But still, being home, she's home. I have to keep eye on her, her stuff. But overall, like I have time to study. I work until 5 o'clock, and after 5, I can actually devote my time to LSAT and just to study what I have to do.
Okay, good to know. So it's really, I guess it's going to be more in the evenings and weekends. Is that primarily when you're looking to study?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, have you made any kind of plan for yourself about how you'll break it down over the next 5 months? Because there's a lot of material you can cover. The question is how to go about it.
Yes, I actually, before purchasing the Supreme program, I actually got the day by day 5 months plan. And I started that actually from March 1st. When I signed up for the course as well. And I think it's doable. It's doable, like if I, follow the schedule.
Yeah, I believe it is too. And the schedule will help you know exactly what to do every single day over the course of your prep, starting from the very beginning. You also have access to the live classes every night. So that's something you can take advantage of as well to get additional support.
I feel like I'm in the beginning and I don't know if I can actually dive into that classes yet, but I'll try to do that as well.
Now, here's the funny thing. The reason I bring up the classes is not because even of the material that you'll cover. That's not why. It's not about the material. It's about getting access to that community of students going through the same process you are. I think the LSAT can often feel like a monster, and it's hard to feel like you're going through it alone, but you don't have to feel that way. These students are in the same boat you are. Many of them are shooting for August also, and there are plenty who are shooting for earlier dates as well, like April and June. But the cool thing about that is they were where you are just a few months ago. So they get it, and you'll see how far they've come just in a few months. We have study groups every week where you can connect with them in breakout rooms in a smaller setting. So it's not even a class, but you could work with maybe a couple of other people who are in the same boat. And you connect with them over it. That's another kind of support that a lot of people don't even expect from an LSAT course, but it ends up becoming one of their favorite things about the course, about the process in general.
Right. And I had a question about the day-by-day schedule. Am I gonna get another PDF, or it's the same one that I purchased already?
Yeah, sure. After we get off this call, I'll send you a link to all the schedules, and you can get a different one if you like, because it is a little bit different for the course. And I mean, at the same time, there's also some flexibility that you want to take advantage of too, because everyone's at a different point. Everyone has different weak areas they want to focus on. I mean, you open this conversation talking about logic games. So in your case, you might want to spend more time going to the logic games live classes every week, or going to the logic games videos in the course and focus on that area for a bit. But I'd also encourage you to attend other classes as you feel comfortable.
Right. And another thing is, I was thinking to talking about it is, I think many people bring this up, and because of, like, as I told you in my email, English is my fourth language. So basically it just takes like plenty of time to read and go through the questions. And I know you talked about in your Instagram post I saw, you talked about some websites that I can read, like the passage reading. And do you think it's possible to improve in 5 months?
Oh yeah, you can improve a tremendous amount in 5 months, no matter where you're at, no matter your background. And of course, by the way, 4 languages, super impressive. That's a lot. I don't know too many people who've got that going on. That's awesome. It's a big challenge though to not be a native English speaker. I mean, the LSAT's hard enough, even for native speakers. So for a non-native speaker, I can only imagine. So much respect. Now, there are some tools I mentioned for speed reading related, which can help, especially when you're doing the LSAT on a screen, when typically we're used to reading. Think about what people typically read on the internet. It's typically lighter. It's typically not the best quality. It's random stuff. And it's not a long article or a long passage or a long scholarly work. And the LSAT stuff is at that academic scholarly level. So I would suggest taking some of these LSAT passages or LSAT style material and putting it into one of those apps. And the apps are things like Spreader.com and phrasereader.com. And I have a class in the course just talking about that primarily. It's one of the reading comp master classes. So I'll send you the link. If you can't find it, let me know. And I demo it in the class to show you how you might go about it. And that's something to just work on the side and see if it helps you.
Perfect.
But watch the reading comp deep dives also, because I have a lot of non-native English speakers in the course. And so I do classes like that with a lot of non-native speakers in mind, around breaking down the passage as simply as possible. We might spend the whole hour doing just the passage text, not even the questions. And to break it down paragraph by paragraph, sentence by sentence, line by line, word by word. I might rewrite the entire thing in simpler language. And so I want to demo that for you and demo it with you in class to show you how you might do it on your own with any passage.
That's great. Another question also, I'm just putting
anything's fair. Sure.
So about the personal statement, when is the good time to start writing it, or how should I approach it?
Yeah, I would start now. Write a terrible draft just to have something on paper, and then you can improve on it over time.
All right.
And I'm sure that you have sorry, go ahead.
Sorry about that. Yes, like with the background and with the job I'm doing, I told you about about my job. I work as a criminal investigator for the public defender's office. That was actually the biggest reason I'm doing the LSAT. since I started working for the office, I felt like I don't know much about the law that, I can help my clients. And as more as, I learn, I feel like more confident talking about, the laws, talking about the regulations to them, and like helping them to understand what they are going through, because, our criminal justice system is hard to navigate. So, and I would love to put that in my essay, in my statements, and it's that's kind of like a big part of my personal statement.
Amazing. I mean, you have several fantastic stories you can tell, and I want to make sure you tell as many of them as possible in your application. And that's a fantastic starting point for a personal statement. And then you mentioned 4 languages, non-native English speaker, single mother, daughter in high school. You also have the makings of a number of other fantastic essays as well. I could imagine diversity statement. I could imagine an optional essay or addenda of some kind. I want you to submit at least 3 different pieces of writing in your law school application, covering these different elements of your story. And we have admissions workshops in the course every single week, Wednesday nights. I would definitely encourage you to attend. And you could also watch the recordings of the previous ones. We've got at this point, we have a dozen different application essay workshops in the admissions section of the course. And so you can see workshops covering other people's drafts and how members of the community improve them and give feedback and suggestions to make the next draft even better. So you could see what goes into writing a fantastic personal statement or other essay. And wherever yours is at is a fine starting point. And just get this down on paper, get the information down so you have something to work with.
Great. And I think, that's something that I was like, I wasn't even sure if I'm like doing in the, right thing, starting that, because I'm just so overwhelmed with the, LSAT itself. So as I said, the monster. But yeah, that was another thing that I really wanted to talk to you about, which I'll watch those videos and hopefully I start it soon. And what advice you have for me? I'm like literally in the beginning.
Take it one day at a time. I mean, you've got 5+ months till the August LSAT. You can make anything happen, even just with a couple of hours at night, a couple hours on the weekend, maybe more if you can, but break it down. I mean, it's not the LSAT. There's this kind of logic games question. There's ordering logic games. Start with those. Just aim to master ordering logic games. I have a big list of logic games categorized by type. And so you could just say, I'm going to do a bunch of ordering logic games for the next couple of days and watch the related videos. And then, okay, I feel good about this. I'll go on to grouping games. I'll pick one kind of grouping game like in-out selection and focus on mastering conditionality, conditional statements, contrapositives, making chains. I have those categorized. I also have many videos on them. So break it down to individual pieces. I mean, that's what the day-by-day study plan's about. And over time, you'll get there, but you don't need to worry about the other stuff yet.
Yeah, it's just, everything is kind of like, you kind of feel like you're alone. But I'm actually so excited about the course, and I feel like I have a lot of, resources I can reach out and like study, and it feels good now.
Awesome. No, I'm glad to have you in the course. Reach out anytime, please. I'd love to hear from you and help however I can, and attend the sessions too. I mean, like I said, the community is a big element of it, and I think that support could really help you.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Of course, Farnak, my pleasure. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.